Welcome back to my channel Study Hours. Today my topic is atmosphere. Atmosphere. The air that surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. The atmosphere is derived from the Greek words atmos means vapor and spheria means sphere. The atmosphere is held to the earth by the force of gravity. The atmosphere is necessary for the existence of life on the earth. We survive by breathing oxygen present in the atmosphere. If there were no atmosphere, the earth would have been lifeless like other planets. It is the most dense near the surface of the earth and gradually thins at higher levels. It finally merges into outer space. Composition of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is made up of various colorless, odorless, and tasteless gases. It also contains water vapor, dust particles, pollen grains, sound, volcanic ashes, and smoke. There are many gases found in the atmosphere like nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. A major part of the atmosphere is made up of nitrogen, which constitutes 78% of the atmosphere. Nitrogen helps in the growth of living beings. Oxygen constitutes 21% of the atmosphere. It is found in the lower layers of the atmosphere. All living beings need oxygen to breathe. The remaining 1% consists of gases like argon, hydrogen, helium, ozone, and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide keeps the planet warm by absorbing heat radiated by the earth. This is known as the greenhouse effect. The dust particles present in the air are needed for the formation of clouds. The density of the atmosphere changes with the height. The atmosphere becomes thin as we go up and the oxygen becomes less. Due to this, mountaineers take oxygen cylinders with them when they climb the high peaks. Air and wind. Air also has weight like any other matter, therefore, it exerts pressure on the earth's surface. This is known as atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure varies from place to place and time to time. Some areas experience high atmospheric pressure while others experience low pressure. Atmospheric pressure decreases with increases in altitude. Altitude means height above the sea level. Air moves from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. Moving air is known as wind. Structure of the atmosphere. There are 5 layers of the atmosphere according to composition, temperature, and other properties. These layers vary in thickness. Starting from the Earth's surface, these layers are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Troposphere. Troposphere is the lowest and densest layer of the atmosphere. It is closest to the Earth's surface. The word troposphere is derived from the Greek word tropos, meaning mixing. The troposphere is known as the weather-making zone. All weather changes occur in this layer. The troposphere extends up to a height of 8 kilometers at the poles and about 18 kilometers at the equator. The average thickness of the troposphere is 13 kilometers. The temperature decreases with height. The rate of this dropping of temperature is 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1 kilometer. This is also termed as the lapse rate. Most of the weather phenomena such as clouds and lightning occur in the troposphere. During the day, this layer protects us from the excessive heat of the sun. At night, it keeps the earth warm. About 90% of air in the atmosphere is the troposphere. Tropopause is the boundary between the troposphere and the stratosphere. Do you know water in the clouds holds some of the heat from the Earth's surface? The bright top of the clouds also reflects some of the sunlight. Therefore, some energy from the sun never reaches the Earth's surface. Stratosphere. The stratosphere extends up to a height of 50 kilometers and lies above the troposphere. It's a dry and clear zone and thus free from all kinds of weather phenomena. Straight, horizontal or undisturbed layer of air is present in this layer. The term strato means straight. It is the ideal zone for air travels as there are no clouds and storm. Up to the height of 20 kilometers, the temperature is constant and after that it increases with increasing altitude. Ozone is concentrated in the lower part of the stratosphere, 15 to 35 kilometers. This layer is termed as ozone sphere. The ozone gas plays a very important role as only higher gases, helium, hydrogen, are found here. It protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. It is essential for protecting the life on the earth. However, it is destroyed by the release of chlorofluorocarbons, means CFCs. The stratopause is the upper part of this layer. It separates the stratosphere from the mesosphere. The mesosphere lies above the stratosphere and extends from 50 kilometers to 80 kilometers approximately. In this layer, the temperature decreases with height till it reaches more than 100 degrees Celsius at the height of 80 kilometers. It is the coldest layer of the atmosphere. This layer burns the meteors that come from the outer space. The mesopause, means the upper part of this layer, separates it from the thermosphere. The thermosphere lies above the mesosphere and extends up to a height of 80 kilometers to 400 kilometers approximately. As the height increases in this layer, the temperature increases rapidly and reaches up to approximately 1500 degrees Celsius. It is also called ionosphere because of the presence of electrically charged particles called ions. Radio waves transmitted from the earth and reflected back to the earth by this layer. This helps in long distance wireless and satellite communication. Ionopause is the upper part of the layer that separates it from the exosphere. Exosphere. The exosphere is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere. It extends from the thermosphere and merges with the interplanetary space. The temperature of the exosphere is very high. The density of air is very low. Importance of atmosphere. Atmosphere helps to sustain life in various ways. It acts as a blanket by trapping terrestrial radiation and keeping the earth warm. It contains oxygen, which all living beings need to breathe, moisture, which is an essential part to the water cycle, and carbon dioxide, which plants need for making their food. The atmosphere protects us from the harmful radiations like the ultraviolet rays of the sun. It moderates the temperature of our planet. We experience changes in weather due to the atmosphere. Sound waves are transmitted through air in the atmosphere. It is because of this that we use gadgets like televisions, radios, mobile phones. Biosphere. The word biosphere has been derived from the Greek word bios, meaning life, and the Latin word sphaera, means the total range. Thus, biosphere is that layer which supports life on the earth. The biosphere is made up of all living organisms on the earth as well as the physical environment in which they live and with which they interact. Biosphere is the domain of living organisms where lithosphere, hydrosphere and the atmosphere meet the interact with each other. Compared to the size of the earth, the biosphere is very small. Plants, animals, human beings and microorganisms are part of the biosphere. All living organisms, including humans, are linked to each other and the biosphere for survival. Human and the environment. The three domains of the earth interact and affect each other in some way or the another. In ancient times, human beings were totally dependent on the environment for their existence. Now, the growing needs of the rising population have led to the development of new techniques and increasing food productions and meeting other demands. Trees are being cut down and minerals are used recklessly. The increase in the level of carbon dioxide has resulted in global warming. Human activities also causing depletion of the ozone layer, which protects the earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. We should save the planet from further pollution and try to ensure the longevity of life. The risk of imbalance between various realms of the earth has also increased. Thus, there is a need to use our resources judiciously and preserves it for future generations. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.